All right, so I'm going to introduce our book I co-wrote with my brother titled Just Another Hopeful Fool in Love. The only thing I'll share is life, and the only thing I'll give is love. This poem particularly is based on what this show is about. It's titled Loving Thyself.
Yes, indeed.
Shedding light on the shadows of your ideal self, finding strength to unveil the cloak of darkness and defeat fears once felt, trusting your own visions and sight, looking deep into the eyes of the future inquisitively and respecting its might, overcoming doubts by reuniting with lost strengths and wisdoms, transforming opaque ways into a prism and witnessing the positive colors in its spectrum. Loving thyself takes finding peace within, accepting why complete mental health is important, and knowing the difference between happiness and what wealth can bring. So, we all have to take the time out to have a relationship with ourselves before we even go on to being with anybody else, because it's
so
volatile
relative
in our society.
Yes,
and I
indeed.
think that is the reason why a lot of us in society, I'm going to include myself in it because I'm human too and I make mistakes. I'm not fallible. We all have to take the time, and this next poem touches on that too.
So, James, what started you writing poems? How did you find this niche? How did you get into this? What started you?
To be honest, a lot of things started it, but my brother, my brother Matthew, my older brother, he started with doing reggae. My eldest brother had a sound system called Reggae High Power in Bronx, New York, and they had all kind of artists come through the basement that we had. We used to throw parties every Friday and Saturday night, and my older brother, he picked up on his niche in writing reggae music, and being the wash belly, like in Jamaica, what we say, I wanted to emulate my brother, so I started to write like him, but I wanted to be exactly like him. He did reggae, so I said I'm going to do something different and do it from the American style, because it's just my brother. Now we are first generation American, everybody else is Jamaican, so I had to have that touch of America in the culture, be just a little different, even though I was trying to walk in the same path as my brother.
Nice. Well, go ahead. I know my listeners, I'm getting emails. We like that poem. Let's hear more. So people are hungry. They want to hear you.
All right. This one is called From the Outside Looking In. Day by day, I experience an out-of-body journey within my own self-pity, living out my nightmare of being alone. My conscience bothers me, but I'd rather be left alone, far away from poverty and hatred, far away from racing against inevitability or swimming under the black sea of dread. So I run silently in place, unmotivated by my competition close behind my position in the race, not sure of the reason why I chase myself in place, pondering about thoughts of yesterday's taste of blissful ignorance in the atmosphere, wondering what danger lurks and if I should beware, analyzing life's conundrum, loathing that no one can perfect the beat of my own drum, miles beyond the grasp of civilization, yet I'm popular in the eyes of many, and my split personality doubt. This therapeutic voice tells me there's nothing to worry about. It advises me to believe in myself and have faith in God. Besides, doubting my abilities is its job. Between blinks, I see things clearer and realize I'm alone. The voice of doubt is none other than my own.
Oh, that's so powerful. That is so powerful and so introspective. I was going to ask, do you find that your writings come from, and a lot of my writing is introspective, like I would assume that is, and then sometimes it's just a viewpoint of from what you see going on in the world and around you, in your household, in your family, in your community, and so that's more of an outside view. What's most important to you?
I think it's both, but I rather deal with coming from within, because my voice is unique. It's not very many people that it's like me. You know what I mean? Back in the day, growing up in the Bronx, it was only one family that I can remember that was of Jamaican descent, and then a lot of other families start moving, immigrating from Jamaican, and we forms a bond. You know what I mean? We
Yes.
weren't, my brother and I weren't considered Americans. They they used to tell us that we weren't black, we were Jamaican. You know what I mean? So and Jamaicans would say you're not Jamaican, you're a Yankee. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we didn't fit in anywhere. So my brother and I,
Separation,
right, we didn't fit in anywhere. So my brother and I, we forged a bond with each other, and what we called ourselves was the Born Jamaicans. You know what I mean? That's before the group from Jersey came out, calling themselves Born Jamaicans. We was, told ourselves that we was the Born
Oh, so you coined
Jamaicans.
that phrase.
Yeah, we did. But we don't get no credit. It's fine though.
I'm giving you the credit for it.
Me too.
So being unique and having my own path, I see things differently. I never really relate to anyone. So I was forced to have a relationship with myself and know what my limitations are and know what my strengths are, and it helped me being the person that sits here in front of you today.
Cool.
Thank you. So let it sit in your mind.
Okay, this one is from the inside looking out. With this eye, I see myself floating in limbo, trapped in a dark place with no windows, intoxicated off life's natural nectar, twirling inside an imaginary tornado, experiencing unnatural disaster. With this eye, I see myself paranoid of provoking negativity, being afraid of my reaction because misery loves company, being deep underneath an unbreakable trance, imagining my sentence to purgatory for eternity without a second chance. Without these eyes, I can't see evil preventing my destined journey towards greatness, leading me down the wrong path and stuck in between a rock and a hard place. Without these eyes, I can't see myself being surrounded by a stereotype labeled as a crying face under false pretenses. Without my third eye, I can't use my two eyes to see and finally realize that my third eye is a gift of protection for I and I.
Awesome. I love it.
Yes,
That is so nice.
wonderful.
And before we go, I'm gonna do one little thing here. Denise,
Yes.
I got a quote here from one of our famous peoples, and this is from